I just went out to buy some spicy chips. When I got back, my dad grabbed me and started bawling, even banging his head on the floor for me. He choked out, "Forget it, please. Give the beast you awakened to your little brother." As soon as I heard that, I slapped my dad twice. Because this is a beast taming world. Once you turn 18, you can awaken your own battle pet. I awakened an epic grade abyssal dragon serpent. My brother? A useless little ground rat. But ever since he was a kid, my brother's been clinging to a sugar mama worth hundreds of billions. As long as he marries into her family, my parents get to live the high life. So my dad ordered me to cancel my contract and hand my beast over, or he'd disown me. When I heard that, I was ready to turn him down on the spot. As long as the dragon serpent refused, I'd find a way to take her and run. But I didn't expect the dragon serpent to bow its head to my brother instead. He's a noble dragon. Only a man like your brother, about to land a rich wife, can afford me. As for me, her broke-ass original master, she just wanted to say, "If you can't afford me, then get lost." Seeing that, I just laughed from rage. "You both want her that badly? Fine. I'll give her to you myself." I clenched my palm and the contract chain snapped. A splitting pain tore through my head. Breaking a beast contract like that leaves permanent damage. But a traitor that turns on her own master? I don't need her. I forced myself to stand, riding out the pain. My vision blurred, and I vaguely saw the bulky figure of Jiang Junhai charging over. I thought, so my biased dad finally regrets it now? Reality slapped me again. Jiang Junhai snatched the beast core from my dragon serpent and slammed it into my brother Jiang Hai's chest, sealing a new master-servant contract. My dear brother Jiang Hai was so hyped he couldn't stop grinning and burst out laughing. Rage and the urge for revenge burned in my chest. Just an epic dragon, huh? One day I'll drag that traitor dragon back myself and chop it up for pet food. My eyes went ice cold as I turned and walked toward the door, every step heavy. "Don't blame your dad!" Jiang Junhai's voice came from behind me. I let out a cold laugh. "Of course I don't blame you, just don't blame me later either." 3 days from now, the school's newbie trial starts. Only those who pass get a shot at applying to Spark University. I have to form a new contract before then. So I headed straight to a jewelry store and sold my grandma's jade pendant for 200,000 spirit coins. Then I grabbed a cab to Nanyang City's largest beast emporium, 10,000 Beasts Hall, and went straight up to the 8th floor rare beast section. Dozens of rare beasts in all shapes and sizes filled the hall. But when I looked down, every display case had 500,000 spirit coins written on it. One silver moonwolf was even priced at 800,000. 800k? Why don't you just rob people? I tightened my grip on my measly 200k spirit card and awkwardly rubbed my nose. "You guys got anything cheaper?" I stopped a salesgirl and gave her a weak smile. She didn't look down on me at all. She just shook her head and explained patiently. "This is already all the rare grade beasts. If you want cheaper, you'll have to check the excellent grade floor." I couldn't hide the disappointment on my face, but then she changed the subject. "However, there are some damaged beasts in the basement on the first floor. They're way cheaper, but the quality is definitely worse." Take me there. With only 200k to my name, this was my only shot. I followed her down to the first floor storage. The air down there was damp and cold, rusty iron cages scattered everywhere. I walked between the cages, sweeping over the beasts inside. Still nothing decent. I was already getting discouraged when I spotted a cage in the corner. One quick glance, and a wall of text nearly overloaded my vision. I hurried over. Inside the cage was a palm-sized little turtle. When it saw me, it struggled to lift its head. The moment our eyes met, I could feel how desperately it was begging. Name, Fortune Shell Water Turtle. Aptitude Rare. It had 26 evolution paths listed, including Mythic Spirit Turtle, Immortal Aegis Dragon Turtle, and Legendary Abyssal Frost Xuanwu at the end. I sucked in a sharp breath. I'd never seen a beast with that many evolution roots. Hold up. I froze, my gaze locked on the very last path. Legendary Frostbane Ancient Xuanwu. Is that the Xuanwu I'm thinking of? My mouth went dry. I slowly reached out and brushed its cracked shell. My brother's smug smile flashed through my mind again. And my father's cold, indifferent face right after. Maybe the turtle felt my need for payback, because heat pulsed out from the cracks on its shell. I glanced down and saw a hazy reflection of the dragon serpent in the dirty water, only for the turtle to smack it apart with its tiny claw. My eyes were full of appreciation. In that case, we'll use Jiang Hai's dragon serpent as your first stepping stone. As for the other beast required for fusion, a cold water snake, by sheer luck, 10,000 Beast Hall's basement had one crippled cold water snake sitting here too. I carefully lifted the turtle out of its rusty cage, walked over to the cold water snake's cage in the corner, and gently picked the snake up as well. "Hi, I'll take these two." The salesgirl saw how determined I looked and didn't argue. "Alright sir, we'll charge them at material cost. 50,000 spirit coins each." 50k was totally within my budget. I was dying to get them home, so I pulled out my card and swiped 100,000 on the spot. Her smile grew even wider as she led me back upstairs. "Hold on, I've still got 100k left. Grab 3 extra fusion materials for me." I stopped her from walking away and rattled off the ingredients I needed. Once she left, I could feel all eyes in the hall drifting over to me. Look at that guy, he just bought 2 crippled beasts. Dude's lost his mind. What's he gonna do with those? Use them as dead weight? Their mocking voices drilled into my ears. The little turtle and the snake curled up in my palms, shivering, shame and sadness making them quietly sob. I felt them trembling and shot a cold look at the people talking trash. Don't listen to those clowns, you're not trash. I chose you, which means you're the best 2 partners in the world. The 2 little guys stared up at me, eyes full of disbelief slowly lifting their heads. I looked down at them in my hands and nodded firmly. My beasts? No one else gets a say. Right then, the salesgirl jogged back with 3 boxes. Here's the fusion kit. There went the last 100K from my account. Now I was more broke than my face looked. I grabbed the materials and walked straight out of 10,000 Beasts Hall. I headed back to my hotel and shut the curtains tight. I had no idea what would happen during fusion, and something this insane couldn't be seen by anyone else. Next I'm gonna make you stronger. It might hurt a bit. If it gets too bad, tell me and I'll find a way to stop it. The 2 little heads nodded hard. In their hearts, they swore that even if it killed them, they'd endure it. They wanted power, so they could protect their kind-hearted master. I opened the 3 boxes and took out the fusion materials. Abyssal dust crown, Styx water, and a lover's knot. Let's begin. The fusion went surprisingly smoothly. In the end, the pain was so intense the 2 little guys passed out, but they never once cried out for me. Looking at them, my chest ached. Next time, don't be this tough. Even if you never get stronger, I'll still take care of you. Suddenly, a pillar of golden light wrapped around them and exploded through the room. Invisible shockwaves punched through the walls and shot into the sky. The light blazed like a miniature sun. Thankfully, I'd stuffed every crack in the room, so no one outside noticed a thing. Over in Nanyang City's Lord's Manor, City Lord Su Tinglan was in a meeting about the newly opened subworld rift near Nanyang. The issue had been haunting them for half a year. She had just opened her mouth to speak when a boom echoed. A crack split straight across the conference table. Su Tinglan's pupils shrank. She looked out the window toward the city. That holy golden aura, she'd never seen anything like it. Only 2 things could cause that. Either a terrifyingly powerful subworld rift just tore open, or a legendary grade starter beast had been born. She instantly crossed out the second option. No one had heard of a legendary starter beast appearing in nearly 1,000 years. How could one just pop up in Nanyang? Guards, check every subworld rift around Nanyang City right now. Meanwhile, back in the hotel, the golden light finally faded. I rushed over to check on the turtle and snake, only to see they'd completely transformed. The fortune shell water turtle, once no bigger than my palm, had doubled in size twice over and was now as big as a wash basin. Every crack on its shell had healed, now covered in faint icy blue patterns. The cold water snake, meanwhile, had a small ice gold bump growing on its head, its body stretching a full meter long. Its black tail coiled tightly around the turtle's shell as if they were glued together. Seeing them still out cold, I let out a long breath and quickly pulled up their new info. Name, Frostbane Ancient Xuanwu. Grade Legendary Non-Fusible. It really turned into a legendary Xuanwu. I sucked in another sharp breath. My heart wouldn't calm down. Legendary grade, something I'd only ever seen on TV. And now it was right in front of me. Compared to this little guy, my old abyssal dragon servant was nothing. I steadied my breathing. The betrayal from last night kept replaying in my head. Tomorrow's newbie trial, Jianghai. Don't blame your big brother for collecting some interest early. Soon, the trial day arrived. The entrance to Nanyang High's trial grounds was packed, students hyped, comparing what beasts they'd summoned. Everyone was hunting for strong teammates. The monsters inside were brutal. For most people, partying up was the safest bet. I had just gotten there when I spotted a way too familiar figure. Zhanghai had his arm around a curvy bombshell, laughing it up, his fiancée, Lin Yating. The abyssal dragon serpent hovered proudly over their heads. A crowd of students surrounded them, all trying to latch onto his thigh. Boss Jiang, you're insane. You actually summoned an epic grade dragon. First place in this trial is basically already yours. Boss, look. That's your brother, right? One lackey pointed straight at me at the entrance. Didn't you say your brother only summoned some trash ground rat? How'd it turn into a turtle? I smirked and just watched silently, curious how my dear brother was going to spin this. Zhanghai started to squirm under my stare. Lin Yating spoke up first. He probably ditched that ground rat. Even dogs wouldn't want that kind of garbage, and he stopped being Xiaohai's brother a long time ago. Watch your mouths. Trash like him doesn't deserve the title. She snuggled back into Jianghai's arms. I couldn't help but laugh. My little brother really is good at playing the victim.